Okay, so this is a rough country 4-inch lift. It's all spring. I didn't do blocks. There's no body lift on it either. And then when I ordered it with all the little things. So new shocks, obviously new leaves. I did the sway bar drop kit, which you can see right here. And then I got the reinforcement plate for the steering. Extended brake lines. I don't have them hooked up yet, but extended brake lines. I got a transfer case drop kit, which I haven't put in yet because I'm gonna wait to put the motor back in. Let me get under it. So under here, new shocks, new leafs, new extended brake line for the rear. Yeah. So the lift kit itself was around, I believe I paid just barely over 800 shipped. I live in California, so I don't know if it's different per state because I don't know where they're out of. But anyways, yeah, so this is a 4-inch lift. It ended up lifting the truck around 6. So the way I measured it was from the center here to the fender. And I don't remember what it was before, but it ended up lifting total around 6 and like a quarter, which I'm not complaining about. But so, and the tires are 35, 12 and a half, 15, and it's a 10-inch wide rim. I don't know what the back spacing is, so sorry about that. But yeah, let me see. So the engine's out, which made it a whole lot easier to put in. Oh, and the other thing I ordered was that right here, the steering stabilizer. I only got the single one because I didn't really feel it necessary for the double, but whatever, if I need to eventually I'll get it. And it also came with the new steering knuckle. Anyway, so the instructions that really come with the rough country kit are kind of vague. It's a good way to say it. So a lot of it we just kind of figured out. But so the biggest thing was this plate that we were trying to figure out was how to put it on, because I knew that you had to plug weld. There's these holes, there's 3 of them. So right here, and right here. So you had to plug weld them, but then you also have to weld along the edge. Then there's a second plate. Let me see, right up under here. So this guy, and you can also see it kind of sticking out on this side. So that guy is on the bottom. So what you have to do is you weld a little bit, because you don't want to heat up the frame because it'll crack from the heat. So you weld a little bit, and then I came back a little bit later and just filled in the rest. So I need to continue that, like weld a little bit, and then come back and fill it. And then this guy, I need to, the bottom plate, I need to weld to the rest. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing. And then once that guy's on, I put the steering box back on. And then what else was interesting? Oh, I don't know if it was just my truck or if other people have had this problem too, but when I put the lift on, or when I was trying to put these the rear springs in, maybe I can get a better angle. When I was putting these rear springs in, the emergency cables, the parking brake, would not fit at all. It, like, when I was trying to put the springs in, the cable was hitting and it wouldn't go under the spring. So that was already a pain, so I ended up cutting them. And then once I got the rear axles low enough and I put the springs in, I wanted to see if I could get the cable. I already cut them at this point, but I wanted to see if the cables would even be long enough, and they were not even close. And then I went to a shop. Let me go to the other side, it's a little bit easier. I went to an off-road shop, and then the guy said, oh, you could have just adjusted them out, but I can't, because these are riveted on this plate where the cable goes to. If I could have, I would have either like flipped it around so this guy was on this side right here, or what, but I don't know if you guys can see it. But I think I already ordered new cables, but it wasn't long enough, and I don't know why. I read online, and some people said it was fine. Some people said they had problems with them. So I don't know if it was different because of whatever my model is or what. But I ordered they're Dorman. So these new cables. So hopefully it's long enough. But I think what I'm going to do is reroute it, because these cables are the same length as the stock ones. So what I'm going to do is run this guy, instead of being on the backside where it used to run, so instead of going here under it and then to the back of the drum, I'm going to run it from like drum this way on this side of it, because then it's close. I can make that work. I don't know if it's going to work when the rear axle's articulating or what, but I will definitely find out. But overall, got here quick, quality parts. I mean, they feel really good. They're not cheap feeling. With the shocks though, it didn't come with these boots. I ordered them off of Summit. I think it was like 20 bucks for all four. I didn't order one for the front, but I don't really mind. But yeah, so overall, I haven't driven on it yet, so I can't judge yet, but it went in really nice. Nothing, no real problems or anything. Let me see. Well, I can't even really show you, but when the steering arm's in with that new knuckle, it sits around like right there as far as angle goes, so it's not bad at all. If anything, I think it was actually better than stock as far as the angle that it was at. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and I think it looks pretty killer. So but yeah, if anyone was wondering, oh, and it's this truck is a it's a 1974 K10, so it's the half ton. But yeah, so if anyone was wondering, it's what the lift is like, what it look like on theirs. I don't know if it differs from year to year, but this is a 74. It's a 4-inch lift, all spring. I wanted to, oh, the reason why I went all spring was because my front, they were negative arch, and then in the back they were pretty much flat, and I knew that they were worn out, so that's why I wanted to do spring instead of block in the back, so that way I can get as much lift as possible, because if those springs were worn out, then they're not going to be as high as they could have been. That's why I went with that. But it's a 4-inch lift kit. It actually ended up lifting at 6. I don't know if I would have gotten a 6 if it would have lifted it more than 6, but it's what it is. So it's a 4-inch lift on 35s. 35, 12 and a half, 15 is the tire size, and the rims again they're a 15 by 10. Yeah. So thanks for watching.